Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did just want to give my first polling update between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. This is not an official update. It's not like we can see any real forecast because we're still waiting for polls. We might be a week away from that. But let's go through this because there is a narrative that Harris is catching up to Trump. Trump, the campaign, has already said, yeah, Harris is going to get a little bit of a boost. They raised all this money. By the way, we've got more on just how illegal that money is, the $81 million that they got with Act Blue coming likely as foreign money, and then they funnel it to the United States, and they say it's all grassroots, it's all small donations. They've got like certain people donating 100, 200 times a year. They interview those people. They're like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's so ridiculous. But let's take a look at the Emerson poll that came out. You've got really the first polling we're seeing in some of these swing states. Arizona, Trump up 5. Georgia, Trump up 2. Michigan, Trump up 1. Pennsylvania, Trump up 2. Wisconsin is a tie. You bring everyone else in. Arizona, Trump goes up 8. Georgia, he goes up 3. Michigan, it's a tie. Pennsylvania's Trump plus 2 there. Wisconsin is a tie. You also have the Rasmussen poll that I talked about. Trump up 7. And then you bring everyone else in. Trump is still up 7. The CNN poll that came in yesterday's got Trump up 3. Let's take a look at the general right now. I mean, these are very similar numbers, guys, and this is the massive boost with Harris. I know they'll say, well, the DNC is going to boost her more, but remember, behind the scenes, Obama thinks Harris cannot beat Trump. Harris was the most liberal senator out of anyone in 2019. This is a radical left person by definition, based on her voting and the bills that she supported. So right now, Trump's up by 2.1. I think people just need to relax. Just relax. Trump is still leading. This is Harris's big moment. This is the boost, and Trump's still up by 2.1 with all of the recent polls. You can see the big swath coming in right after it was announced with Biden stepping down. Even Quinnipiac, I didn't even know they had a poll. Or maybe that was before Harris stepped down. But these are all the new ones. And you can say the Rasmussen is skewing it a little bit. But nonetheless, plus 2.1 is good. Obviously, all these other ones need to be thrown away because that was before Harris was actually a candidate. It is crazy. Very remarkable to see what the polls were originally, like before Harris was actually the candidate. I mean, Trump up by double digits in some of these polls. Obviously, look at this random one with Harris up 15. But it looks like Harvard Harris has done all of these polls throughout like the last year. And CNN did a poll almost a month ago. Data for Progress did one. Emerson did one all the way back in February. Trump's been leading everything. And then you do have some newer polls, all of these taken into the aggregate. We should be getting a new Fox News poll, I'm guessing. We should also be getting a new CBS poll as well, possibly ABC. I think Emerson just put one out. I don't know why that's down there. But yeah, so that's the current situation. I think people need to calm down. There's not any real models predicting anything right now. The only thing we can really look at is betting. And the situation with Mark Kelly, I would assume based on that leak that we had, Obama probably wants Mark Kelly to at least be the VP. He wants him apparently at the top of the ticket, which would make sense. Mark Kelly's a lot more likable, you would think, than Kamala. But it's like, I mean, what are we doing? We're just installing anyone we want at this point. It's a little bit ridiculous. Seems like it's coming down to Mark Kelly, Shapiro, or Roy Cooper at this point, with Cooper kind of sitting back. Buttigieg was rumored to possibly be a candidate yesterday. He shot up to like 12%. Now he's back down to 7%. And you do have some pretty funny other choices. Whitmer, it's not going to be her. Obviously, we wouldn't expect it to be Hillary. I know there were some rumors. Westmore was someone that they mentioned early. Nobody's really talked about him. Newsom already endorsed Harris. They're both from California. I'm not sure how that would work, but strategically, Newsom just wouldn't make any sense being from California. They are going to go with a swing state choice for sure. And Shapiro would be the best choice in terms of the strongest swing state. Pennsylvania, the most important swing state and state in general in the election. Kelly possibly for just overall likability in terms of this race. Arizona possibly trying to flip that. But right now, people just need to relax. It's not a big deal. The Democrats think it's been horrible the last 3 years and a half. Remember when they're still trying to say Biden did a good job. If he did a good job, then why did the entire party abandon him? And then they say, well, because of his health. Well, then how could he be doing this great job with horrible cognitive ability? So which one is it? They want to have their cake and eat it too. Biden's this great president who's accomplished so much, but because of his health, he has to step down and how old he is. So how does he accomplish that? Remember, it reported in 2021, he couldn't even do a huge $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Nancy Pelosi had to basically baby him and say, this is what Biden's trying to say. I'll translate it because he can't talk. That was in 2021. So Biden obviously was a terrible candidate. They force him out. They blackmail him. And now they just think they can say, whoopsie, oopsie, guys, just forget about the last 3 years and a half. Vote for Kamala. She's a minority. She's a woman. It's the first female president. Forget about the last 3 years and a half. Just keep us in power. Keep us in power. That's all you have to do. It's a new candidate. It's a new day. Yes, we know inflation's terrible, but that was under Biden. That's not Kamala. That was under Biden. Yeah, we know, we said in 2021, 2022, everyone was saying, the Democrats were saying Kamala was the border czar. She was in control. That's why all the Republicans have come out and said it. They said that. And so, obviously, I don't understand this whole thing where they're like, they either say, well, Kamala wasn't in control of the border or, whatever they're trying. I think that's what they were trying to say. But it's like, isn't this their policy? They want illegals into the country. I don't understand this whole idea where, are they trying to say they're hard asses when it comes to the border? Well, no, they want these people into the country. So whether or not you believe it was Kamala, Biden, whoever, they want illegals into the country. I don't know why they don't just own up to it. Seriously. We saw what happened under Trump. He cut it way down. Everything got reversed under Biden. And then they try and act like hard asses. It's like they're telling on themselves. They say Trump's a racist for trying to keep the illegals out, but now they're the ones trying to, also say they're hard asses and they're going to keep the illegals out. So then they're racist too. They twist themselves into a pretzel. This is their policy. They think everyone should be able to come into the country. Biden said it. Kamala's even worse. She's even more liberal. She was the most liberal senator in 2019. So this is all huge stuff. And they're trying to bring Kelly in. It's a smart play, either Kelly or Shapiro. But apparently because Shapiro's Jewish, it's probably not going to be the choice. But who knows? We know how it is with VP stuff. With Trump, everyone for a second thought it was going to be Burgum. Then it was, Rubio. Then it was Tim Scott early on. And then they ended up settling on Vance. Trump did. So, there's been some tough stuff that's come out about Vance in terms of maybe he's not the most likable candidate. Republicans, some people not too happy about the choice, but in general, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. And I don't think this VP pick is going to make a big difference either. You could say, well, if he could win a swing state if he chooses the governor, or a senator from a swing state. I guess, but it's still just one state. It's not going to make that big of an impact. Now, we've also got this. This is a TikTok thing. This is how they launder money through ActView. $100 million in 36 hours from small dollar donors. And this is what I've been saying. And see, now this person is totally wrong. You shouldn't investigate this stuff. The college girl who's got $50,000 in student debt, she's donating to Kamala. She's all in. The young college women, that's why they got $100 million. They're all donating. Obviously, guys, I'm lying. I'm joking because we know those people that they're all in $100K in debt and they want a bailout. So that's why they're going to vote for the Democrats. But this is some interesting stuff here. Let's watch this.
The person who's disturbed by these figures of how much money she's raised in one day, or who also doesn't believe them.
Yeah, did Kamala Harris actually raise $81 million in 24 hours? And over $100 million in 36 hours, mostly from small dollar donors, according to Democratic fundraising platform ActBlue. Those numbers would be astronomical for anyone, let alone a candidate who received a whopping 844 votes in the 2020 Democratic primary. So I can understand why people are a little sus about those numbers. And looking into this, things are about to get real murky, and I am not sure if people are gonna like what I found. So citing a 2023 article in the Carolina Journal, investigation indicates ActBlue potentially laundered fraudulent political donations. An investigative journalist from North Carolina, Stephen Horn, has made a significant discovery in the Federal Election Commission database, revealing a scheme to potentially launder fraudulent political donations through multiple left-wing organizations, including ActBlue. Remember, ActBlue is the primary Democratic fundraising platform online. All right, so Horn and two other volunteers, Kelly Lane and Steve, unearthed evidence of two Raleigh residents whose names and addresses were employed to record substantial amounts of money donated to Democratic organizations. And just so everybody's aware, platforms like ActBlue are required to disclose political contributions to the FEC, including who made the donation, when they made it, their address, and the amount of the donation. Look at this data. This is so bizarre. One donor, same day, just dozens of contributions.
So the same woman is donating. I mean, listen, they might call it a glitch, whatever. This is ridiculous. Looking at this, donating to Act Blue on the 19th, May 19th, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5. At least they're changing it a little bit. Like you can see it's $5.26, $5.27, goes back down to 26 cents. This is total crap.
By the way, this is all public information, so you can go to the FEC website, do a search, see what you find. All right, the article goes on.
It's
However,
in plain sight.
A perplexing twist emerged when both individuals emphatically stated their inability to contribute such exorbitant sums.
There was a flurry of...
Right, but even the sum, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter what the sums are. A single person isn't going to just donate 50 times in a single day, $5.26. I mean, what do they have, a bot like auto-clicking like, just donate? No single person would donate $5.26 50 times in a single day. They just make one big dono in that day. And then they go to these people's houses and they're like, I mean, even this woman, you can see it looks like she's got a nice, short there that supports liberals, and even she's saying this is ridiculous, it's total crap, it's not me. These are the people apparently that supposedly made the donations.
Donations made in your name? About 20 donations? Have you ever donated to Act Blue?
Yeah.
Okay. These donations made, do they look familiar to you at all?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, so you can see there's a bunch of $100 donations in your name with this address and everything.
Oh,
Well, those are
Jeez Louise.
I did not make a flurry of,
One would remember that.
Yeah,
No, that old lady, she's got a bot. The bot, she knows how to work a bot. The bot's donating every 3 minutes. It's $5.26. It's so realistic.
You can't watch that and tell me something fishy is not going on. The result of these investigations suggests that the ActBlue fundraising platform is being used to launder fraudulent political donations using the names and addresses of ordinary citizens. If the individual whose name and address is on a contribution did not in fact make that contribution, it seems likely that the money is coming from a source which would not be legally able to make the contribution directly. That is why.
That's where the Swiss billionaire comes in, and then they shut it all off. The merchant does, Act Blue. They shut it off so where on the credit cards, you don't need any information. The address doesn't have to match the card holder. The only thing is it has to be an active card with legitimate credit card number, and then it'll go through. They don't want any other information. And you've got all these other merchants, all these other people say, I had a small business. That's, you can do it. You can and operate that way. You could do that, but there'd be no reason to do it outside of fraudulent activity. And apparently that's what they do. So this needs to be investigated. This is total crap. They act like they're getting all these small donations, $81 million. Harris has a horrible approval rating. She's one of the most disliked vice presidents ever, but she's going to raise, after she gets the nomination in an undemocratic way, she's going to raise $100 million. It's total crap. And then these dumb liberals buy it and act like, oh my God, like she's this likable person. How does that even happen? I guess if they want to come clean and say, oh yes, billionaires are donating, that would be one thing, but actually the dude that's even donating, that's come out where it's a rumor, it's foreign money, which is illegal. So this is all ridiculous, and it obviously needs to be investigated. You've got CBS, well, this is from a while ago, they make this, CBS saying you're considered the most liberal U.S. senator. Somebody said that. It was actually Mike Pence on the debate stage. That's what Kamala says. CBS, no, nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator. And then she gives a blank stare. So, yeah, she had a debate with Mike Pence that really nobody remembers. I think it was reported Pence beat her, honestly. But, that was with the fly and things like that. So, when it comes to this election, you take a look. I think we have to wait for more polls, but I'm not really worried about Trump potentially, losing to Harris or anything like that. By the way, it's not even, don't take my word for it. Just look at Obama. Look at what Obama said. Obama said he can't, Kamala can't win. Look, Kamala 94%, Michelle Obama 4%. So really, there is that. I thought it was Jill Biden there. We've got the presidential winner, Trump still sitting at 62, Kamala at 35, Michelle Obama the only one above 1%. So that is the current state. Trump's still up pretty handily over Harris after the switch. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.